Hello again, everyone. This is Matthew Woods from the College of St. Rose, and this extra video I've got here is going to be on functions and graphing. So this is going to be one of a couple videos that kind of link together a little bit more. So functions are another way that we model graphing. So instead of y equals mx plus b, it becomes f of x equals y. The way this reads is the value of the function at x is y. So if f of 2 equals 5, what that would mean is the value of the function when x equals 2 is 5. So how does this all come into play with an actual graph? Well, I'm glad you asked that question. Let's look at the graph here. And this is not going to be drawn to scale. It's not going to be terribly accurate. I'm just going to sketch a function. This looks similar to one of the trig functions. Well, the shape is similar, but it's not shifted in the right spots. So don't assume anything. Say this point here is 1, 2. This point here, say, is 2, 1. This point here, say, is 3, 2. This point here, we'll say, is 4, 3. And up here at the peak, say that's 5, 4. And down here, say we're at 6, 3. All right, so we've got this graph, these points. Remember, this is the x-axis. This is the y-axis. What would f of 2 be? What you do is you find 2 on the x-axis and report the y value. So in this case, f of 2 would be 1. So I go to 2 on the x-axis here. I follow it up to the graph. I hit this point here, 2, 1. So that's not too bad. Where it becomes a little bit trickier is when we do composite functions. And remember, I did a series on functions before, so I'd recommend, if you need a little bit of a refresher, I will put up a title card, and you can check that out. What about f of 4? So remember, this is a composite function. It's a function within another function. And you start with the innermost function first. So first, let's find f of 4. Well, according to the graph, f of 4 is 3. So what I do is I take this 3 and put it back in up here. So I end up doing f of 3. And when I do f of 3, I go to my graph, follow it up, and get f of 3 equals 2. So that's the gist of how to do functions with graphing. Sometimes you'll get questions about word problems dealing with graphs. So if you take something like this, for example, let's say we have something that looks like this, and we have, that's not what I want to put. There we go. Let's say this is 2, 4. And we'll say this is 4, 6. And we'll say this is 8, 8. So let's say this is a function that models, it could model anything, but let's say it's going to model, gas used on the X, and let's say it's mileage on the Y. And we'll say gas used is in gallons, and mileage would just be miles. So what would F of 2 be, and explain its meaning? Well, I'm going to find F of 2 on my graph. F of 2 then would be 4. So remember, this is the X, and this is Y. So what's the 2 represent? Well, it's 2 gallons. So I could say it takes 2 gallons. Remember, I got from my X value to go 4 miles, which remember is my Y. So when you see explain the meaning, you have to take the values from the graph and plug in their units. All right. So that's all I want to do for this one. I've got another couple that we're going to do on functions, but I want to chunk them a little bit more. So I will see you in another video.